Good evening, everybody. My name is Minister Leah Elijah, and you have just joined us for the first amazing episode of the Elijah Sisters Show. Everybody clap your hands. People have been asking for this for a while, and I know about a year ago we announced that we have the opportunity to have our show. And my sisters and I, Chantalee Eggerson with the blonde braids here, and our younger sister, Angelique, here in the red hair. We were so excited to get the opportunity, and it just took us a little time. And so this felt like the perfect time. And we are so excited to allow you all to have a glimpse into what it is to be a part of the dynamic, which is the Elijah Sisters. So for all the episodes coming up, you're going to be able to hear how we talk, how we share, how we feel, how we pray, how we support each other, and how we see life. All of these episodes are going to be different. So we hope that you enjoy this incredible ride that we've been on and the journey that we continue to go on. So today's topic is we're going to review the 75th Tony Awards. And I know that probably sounds kind of crazy. And why would we do that? We're doing that because to know us is to know these three women love the performing arts. All of us have a background in dance and theater, and we have all loved the stage since we were all little girls. So we're gonna all each take time to share our personal experiences and things that we've done in the arts before we get into why we love to watch this particular show and why we support the theater so much. I'm gonna begin. I fell in love with dance and theater when I was probably as young as 4 years old is what I can remember. And I remember seeing the Nutcracker when I was 5. And I personally knew that was my destiny. And I asked my parents to enroll me in dance classes, and I took my first ballet class, and nobody told me that they were doing point. And point ballet is a very long, very hard process. I thought I was going to enter that class and just become great. And so I got my little feelings hurt and stood at that little ballet bar for a whole semester. And you could only do so many plies before you just want to do something else. So I always tell people that I didn't take any professional classes, but my mom always tells me to make sure I let the world know I took that ballet class. So we want to make sure that my mom and my dad get their money's worth by letting you all know that I definitely took ballet when I was 5. I stayed in love with dance and officially really started dancing when I was 16. And I never stopped. And for me, it's just been a personal journey with the Holy Spirit. And I remember when I was probably 10, I would start seeing songs open up. When I would hear them, I would just see them look like videos and full performances. But at that time, that wasn't common in the church. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like I was crazy. It didn't make sense. It definitely wasn't common in Black churches. And so I kept a lot to myself. So my initial thought was that I would become a video producer. And so that didn't happen. But along the way, I fell in love with theater and have just learned to marry my love of acting and my love of dance. I've had the amazing blessing of performing and ministering so many places over the years since I was 16 years old. I've had the honor of leading a few very successful dance ministry teams. I've had the incredible privilege to become artistic director of PD Community Arts Team and do videos with them, be on TV with them. We have produced, I believe, 10 or 11 total musical productions. And so my life has just been a total love of theater. And I just believe that God can anoint anything that you do. Everything doesn't necessarily have to be gospel because that you're saved. It's the most important thing is your relationship with God and letting him take you into every place that you need to go and letting your light shine there. So when you talk to me and my sisters as well, you'll know that we quote a lot of lyrics from musicals. We are prone to dance at any given time. And we just love what we do and who we are. So that's a little bit about me, and you'll learn more as we go along. So I'll let Chantalee tell some of, now my sisters actually went to school for dance and they have different experiences. And I also will say before I let them talk that for the last, see if I do this, I'll tell my age, but for the last 20 plus years, from my first production I did in Muskegon Heights Public School in 2001, when we did the Spring Friday Spectacular, they have always been my dance captains, my dance leaders, my choreographers. They've been on my team and on my squad and backing me and dealing with my insanity. And protected me and standing up for me a couple times, but they have been with me all along. And they are the best dance partners that anybody could ever ask for. So, Chantalee.
Hello, I'm Chantalee Elijah Eggerson, and well, I love musicals as well, especially like old school musicals.
2001 Spring Spectacular. They have.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
It's fine. Checking it already.
Sorry.
And with the theater comes technical difficulties for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like old school musicals, but I like musicals in general. I just finished watching Eurovision with Will Ferrell. I didn't even know that movie existed. Anyway, nobody told me about it. Anyway, I went to New York and won a couple awards for comedic acting and code reading, and I also have experience in modern dance and tap dance and hip hop and jazz. So I love all types of music, all types of entertainment. So this is the things that I really enjoy. And going to Angie.
I definitely grew up here, and my dad singing and him showing us the groups he grew up loving and performing to. And then I think when I first started liking any type of performance that was filmed, it was gymnastics and ice skating. That's when I first noticed I liked watching something like that type of movement, especially ice skating, which was more dance. And then, the Christy Yamaguchi and those type of people just grew up watching them. And like every year Olympics came around, gotta watch them, see what they're doing. So grew up with that. Then when I could finally take dance, when we were settled down in one spot and I could take it, I was about 16, I believe, 16 or 17. I took dance to actually help me learn a routine for a pageant I was in some years back. We don't have to count math. Yes, math. When I was a teenager, I won Miss Muskegon. And so that, then from that I started taking more dance, and I took hip hop, I took tap, I took jazz, I took modern. The only requirement my mom gave me was you can take any dance you want to, but you have to take ballet. so I took ballet.
You
I
were
love
paying
ballet.
for me.
Yeah. She's like, you can take whatever you want to take. You can take every class they got. You got to take ballet. So I loved all of it. I don't think there was a style I didn't like. I loved doing that. Then from that, I was able to teach a routine for a group of kids they had in another pageant in my hometown, and taught them a routine they had for that. And just then from that was the lead choreographer for PD Cat. Still am lead choreographer for PD Cat, and pretty much 85 to 90% of their routines I choreographed. If you ever see what they do, and if I didn't choreograph it, I helped fine-tuned things. I reviewed dances. So, I mean, just the love of performing, and then just growing up watching musicals and Sound of Music and Chicago, and I mean, I could go just so many musicals. Like, it's not a musical. That's a lie. I was gonna say it's not a musical I haven't liked. Yes, there is. But there's, I rarely dislike musicals. I rarely do, unless they're just not done well. But I mean, I can watch musicals constantly, except for I saw one recently I wasn't a fan of. But I just love music and dance and anything that has to do with performing arts. I will watch it. And just even if I don't like everything about it, I'm going to probably watch it. So that's kind of where my backstory and history from that is.
June 12th was the 75th Tony Awards, and this was a very good year. There's been some years that were kind of disappointing, but this was a really good year. And of course, this year was special because this was the first time in 2 years that Broadway was really back. And so it was really special for a lot of companies and a lot of plays. And you could feel that even watching it, that a lot of it was just reunions and people happy to just be together. And it made me want to be there. But so one of the things that I noticed was, for me, the opening is always really important to me. I live for the opening performances. So Ariana DeVos was our host for this year, and she was the opening. The opening is usually about between 6 to 9 minutes long, depending, and it's a lot of intensive work that goes into it. So, of course, for some of you all who don't know, she was the lead in the readaptation of West Side Story that came out at Christmas time. And so what I will say first, before I give my opinion and then let my sisters give theirs, was it takes a lot, number one, to be on anybody's stage at any given time. I don't care if you're up there for a minute and a half and give 100%. And to dance to a house like that and keep your energy high, because I know for me, and I was a plus size dancer, but it doesn't matter what your weight is, to maintain your energy for several minutes and you're moving and doing transformations. Let me tell you, if you don't know that life, that's a serious life. And it takes a lot to keep that smile on your face. And she was singing. So I will give her just major kudos for that, because it just takes a lot. That being said, I really wasn't impressed with the opening. I wasn't. I said all that and was like, it wasn't the best I've seen. It just, a lot more of the openings usually have dress changes and more into it. And I just kind of felt that even for all the work she did, it just didn't give a lot of energy for me. So I was really very disappointed, and was hoping that this wasn't the precedent setting for the rest of the show. Unfortunately, the opening usually is, but I was holding out hope. But Black Girl, honestly, I wish that it was better. I think too, in all fairness, if you're coming behind Neil Patrick Harris and James Corden and Hugh Jackman and those mega people in Broadway, that's got to be huge shoes to follow. I wouldn't want to follow behind them for nothing.
No,
at all. I will say I did learn that most of the dancers in the opening were understudies and swing dancers from Broadway, and I thought that was really cool. So I want to drag the girls, so that's all I'm gonna say and be done with it. So what do y'all want to say, how y'all felt about it?
You want to go first, Johnny?
I feel like...
Oh, no!
Johnny.
Oh, no!
I feel like...
She gotta turn her head.
I feel like what they did was like not original enough for me.
Right.
Because it's like they were just like, well, let's just sing all the Broadway hits and then we'll be good. That's what I feel like. They could have. Right. It could have been more. It could have been something that just like you said, they're back. They're back. They haven't been able to do what they wanted to do for a while because of COVID, and then it's like it was kind of lazy.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It'd be, but I think Ariana, I like her personality. I think she's very talented. And like you said, it's a lot to Neil Patrick Harris to, go after him at all, and Mr. Corden. But I think I like her. I like Ariana. But I just think that the opening was kind of not original at all.
It wasn't. Angie.
Oh. Let me see what okay. So I did right.
Ari.
Okay, and we've all started, but I want to make it clear. I love what I know about Ariana DeBose. What I know about her, she's extremely, insanely talented.
Yeah.
That's
right.
You can't deny that. She did an amazing job in opening. For her to have to carry so much of the singing alone. There was not like a switch out with a singer, or she had to do it all alone.
And she had a lot of lifts. Like they picked her up and carried her several times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call them dress changes, but the dress switches that they put in there were very
There's a difference.
Yeah, those were very cute. They were very smooth. You can tell they rehearsed them.
Right.
You can tell all that they were rehearsed to the gods. You got it. I thought it was interesting with the different musicals that they slid in and mixed, and how they mixed them to flow like one song.
Right.
That was an interesting concept and an idea. But again, for that to be the opening to the 75th Tonys, and there haven't been anything like that in years because of the penny, they could have done so much more.
Right.
So much more. Thank you for whoever that was. I'll have to check it later.
We love you.
Thank you so much. But I feel it could have been. Honestly, this is what it looked. This is not a put down at all. The opening to that looked like an opening to the top 15 or 10 from So You Think You Can Dance.
There you go.
That would have been an amazing opening for that because of what it was. I would have been like, oh my gosh, that was blew my mind. I would have been sharing it, talking about it, but it's the Tonys.
Not for the Tonys. Right.
Like this is the different level. So I feel they could have done a lot more with that concept of putting all those. Cause I'm like, I loved listening and just picking out the different ones I saw, even if they would just be like a word or a piece of music. It was like, oh, they put this. Oh, they put this. That was fun to do. But I'm like, is it my favorite opening? No. Was it my least favorite opening? Far from it. But it could have done. I feel they could have done more.
Right.
Than what it was.
And because that concept has been done before, it's like you need to elevate beyond what has been done.
I feel like they didn't lean. I think the problem was they leaned so hard on Ariana has to sing.
Right.
So she couldn't leave the stage, and they could bring in more dress changes, more dancers come out that fit with something they're playing. They could have did more, but she had to sing every song, every piece. Right. And I'm going to get to why that probably wasn't the best idea by the time it gets to the end, but that's another thing.
Right.
But like, they lean so heavy. She's a singer. We know she's a singer. She didn't have to sing the whole thing the whole time. So yeah, that's kind of where I fell on it with when it came to that. That's kind of where I fell on that.
And thus it is what it is.
The TI is.
Best revival of a musical category was The Music Man, Hugh Jackman, and Sutton Foster. That was the first performance of the night with 76 trombones. Let me tell y'all. That 76 trombones gave me life.
Yes.
I knew Hugh Jackman could tap dance, and I should have assumed that Sutton can because she's an incredible dancer. But I need to take me a tap dance class, get in a tap dance class, like seriously, because they was tapping the heck out that stage.
They really was.
Choreography with the band was amazing. Did you see when they tossed the trombones across to each other? I was like, okay.
Yes, I saw that.
That was everything. But that made me feel, that was a perfect song, I think, to start the first, especially after the opening. We needed something. We needed something else. And
please. Please.
Her throat was gorgeous. That white and gold, she was out of public just cause.
And I see he lost all his Wolverine muscle. He was like, I'm in theater. I don't need all that.
I'm a theater guy now.
Well, I think honestly, Hugh Jackman is at his best with theater because he's
I think he enjoys that more, and I mean, I don't think he didn't like Wolverine. I don't think he was like Ben Affleck throwing a tantrum about being Batman, but he you can definitely tell because anytime he wasn't playing that role, he was in the theater.
Right.
Like he was in a musical somewhere. So you can tell like his love is there.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, he looked happy. Because even when he came around to that other part, like he caught the camera and winked in the camera. Like that.
Yeah, like you could tell he just had fun. Like he had more fun than the kids.
Right.
Yeah, he brought a lot of energy. He brought a lot of energy. And that was an insane number. Like I loved everything about that.
And I love the music, man, but it was great to see. That was really great to see.
Yes.
I would love to see that one actually. The whole show on Broadway.
And my notes were just 76 trombones, Hugh Jackman, and like 8 exclamation points. That was all my notes. That's all I had to say.
Hugh Jackman and what?
All my notes were just 76 trombones, Hugh Jackman, and like 8 exclamation marks. And it was like, that's my notes.
Yeah, they did that. They did that. So for best musical, the next performance of the night was the cast of MJ, the show MJ, and they did Smooth Criminal. And Smooth Criminal is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. I thought it was really good. I honestly did.
It was very good.
I thought it was really good. The Miles Frost, who's the young man who plays Michael Jackson, I thought he looked a lot like Michael. He sounded like Michael. He moved like I mean, it was really good. And I loved how they broke down because I never considered all of the influences like Fred Astaire, the Nichols brothers, and I just went blank.
Bob Fosse.
Yeah, and not think Fosse. The way they
it's a specific Bob Fosse like clip I saw like not too long ago, and it's like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yes, he's an influence of Michael Jackson because it was like something Bob Fosse did in the movie, and now the movie looks ridiculous, but what he did in it, I was like, oh, that's MJ. So yeah, and I liked Miles Frost. Because a lot of people when they try to emulate Michael Jackson, they just go high. Like I'm just high, but it's not just his voice was soft, not high. It was soft. So like when I heard him singing, I was like, oh my gosh, he sounds like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
To get the tone of his voice down like that and singing, I was like, oh, this young man has it. He has.
But that's his actual speaking voice. Because when he
it's not too far off. It's not too far off.
But he really emulated it, and Smooth Criminal, that choreography is just insane. So they did that. I was very impressed, and I know someone who saw the musical and said that it's really incredible. So I was really it's definitely
it's on my list to watch. It's on my, somehow I gotta see it. Somehow I need to see that.
New York girl.
Somehow I gotta see that.
When I first saw it, I didn't really it was a lot about it I didn't understand, but then when I heard his kids explain what set the scene, because I saw everything on YouTube. I watched the YouTube clips, so I saw the MJ performance before I heard his Michael Jackson's kids explain what the whole scene was about. So at first I was like, what is this? But then when they were saying it was him putting Smooth Criminal together with his idol, like piecing it together. Because I was like, why this is Smooth Criminal, but these dancers look like Bob Fosse dancers. So that's why I didn't understand, like I didn't understand like the Bob Fosse. But then it made sense. It made a lot of sense. Now I really want to see the play too. I really want to see it.
Yeah.
And I thought the young man was really talented. He did a really good job.
Amazing job. I thought it was great that they had his kids present it too. I think that made it even more special.
Paris is so pretty. She is so pretty.
She looks gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. I was like, oh, she's so beautiful.
So and she's so unique with her music too.
Yeah, her music is good.
And yeah, I like that they even had them come do it, not just some person.
Right. Yeah. The next performance of the night, which was one of my favorites, was Mr. Saturday Night with Billy Crystal.
That was my favorite.
And
that was yes.
Billy still got it.
I wrote down Yiddish scat singing. I can't.
You know what he remind me of? He remind me of like the Yiddish Cab Calloway.
Right.
Yes. That was hilarious.
He had the whole place in his hand. Like,
like, I mean, easy. No, like he had like, I was like, am I watching Billy Crystal or am I watching the character?
He was in there. He was in there. I bet you the energy in the room was so high. Everybody was with him. Everybody was connecting with him. That was real cool.
He did that. I remember when the movie came out in the 80s. But I have to see this musical. I have to see this musical.
Yes.
Somehow, some way.
This was one of the ones I didn't want to see.
You people are forever sneaking your cameras into the theaters anyway. Somebody bootleg this thing and put it on YouTube for me. But that was it. I actually watched that several times because it was just
was very good. Because it wasn't just good; it was funny.
It was the personification of a performer. I mean, he was it, and like you all said, he held everybody in his hands. He had everybody doing that Yiddish scatting.
He's trying.
he had I know he went to Lin-Manuel and Samuel.
Okay, and he had
and
Samuel
doing
it. I know that Robin Williams had to be proud because they were best friends. I know he had to be proud, but that was like everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
So feature actress in a play, and I'm gonna tell you, the ladies in this category to me are all incredible. Now, a featured actress in a play. Get your notes together, Leah. All right, so Uzo Aduba, who I love, Rachel Dratch, Anita Miller, Julie White, and Kara Young, and Felicia Rashad were in this category. All of the plays, Skeleton Crew, Clyde's, POTUS, For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough, all of those sound like incredible pieces, and I could take a whole weekend and see them all. But Felicia Rashad won for Skeleton Crew, and when she got up there for her acceptance speech, number one, she was elegance personified.
She just is class. Like she's just, because I was like, she was speaking, and I was like, I don't even really, because I was kind of doing something else, and it was like, I heard her in the background, I just was like, I didn't know what she's saying. She just sounds classy.
It just makes you feel wonderful.
It's like, yes, whatever she said, yes.
I mean, her gown was gorgeous.
Yes.
Gown was gorgeous, but it's just the way that she speaks, she makes you feel like such a proud Black woman. Like you're like, I am her, she is me. Like,
yeah, like when people throw around the word Black excellence, yeah.
She is Black excellence.
She's like, that's, yeah.
So I want to see Skeleton Crew just because she was in it.
Yeah.
Whatever she did, it had to have been great.
Yeah, because I'm not sure her role, but I don't care. Like she was, I don't care what it is. I still want to see it.
So the next performance of the night for Best Revival of a Musical was Company. And I thought, this is my opinion, and you all give yours, they were in this little box for the most part. And I thought that was some of the best, because I'm looking at it from a dancer's point of view, a director's point of view. And I thought, this is the most incredible staging and choreography, because they were constantly moving. And I was just like, I love it. I need to choreograph something with people in the box.
Really? Because I was like, I kept waiting for them to come out the box, and I was like, they are not coming out the box.
No, that right. A lot of times you'll see that and people quickly move out of it, but they stayed in that one box the whole time. And like I said, they were constantly switching their formations and changing. And I'm thinking, just to remember what you're supposed to do around all those people, it had to have been some work, or to just think that up. But I was very impressed with that piece. I really was.
Now I need to read a comment from somebody, because I can't. Somebody commented from Facebook that I guess they're speaking about when we were talking about 76 trombones. Oh. And she said, Lynn said, it is hilarious expecting his huge muscles and they're not there. I adore him theatrically though. We're still singing Les Mis and Greatest Showman over here. Yes. Yes. Sing it, Lynn, sing it.
That's my sister right there. Oh my gosh!
And you ain't spring chicken either.
No,
okay.
No. He is not.
And that's another thing, though, to see someone to be, according to Hollywood, kind of past their prime, and then he just to the joy that you can see in him when he's doing what he loves doing. It's really inspiring.
It's extremely inspiring. Right.
Yes.
Everything he does. I remember when I first.
Thank you.
Keep on ringing.
Thank you so
much. Because we got to pay these Wi-Fi bills. When I first saw the trailer for The Greatest Show, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't even care what this is about. I gotta see it.
Yes.
But that's one of my favorite movies for sure. And of course, Les Mis is Hugh Jackman. There's plenty of people who have done it, but he owned that one for sure. He's amazing. Did you all know that the piece when Samuel L. Jackson and LaTonya Washington came up and they were presenting for Best Revival of a Play, that his wife will be the first woman to direct the August Wilson piece? I was like, you too?
Yes. When I heard that, I was like, hey.
And again, let's talk about some Black excellence. Those two together looked amazing, but her outfit, God. Just that coat.
I like them together.
They are amazing.
Yes.
I like them together, and I like their story too.
Right. And she stood by him through a whole lot. And he never fails to say.
She didn't lose herself.
Right. Yes. And that's common.
Mm-hmm.
And he never fails to this day say thank you, and I appreciate her. You know.
Yeah.
He ain't got too big for his britches.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
So the next performance of the night, for Best Musical, was The Girl from North Country.
Let me pull it, because I wrote specific notes on that one. I wrote specific notes on that one, right? Hold on, because I got to hold on a second.
One that just didn't rock my world. And first of all, I mean, it's based upon Bob Dylan's music, and I'm for sure a Bob Dylan fan. So, you know, Mira Winningham, she's a phenomenal actress. She's phenomenal.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I'm gonna tell you this because
let me say this. I was so done with that piece, and I'm gonna be honest. But when Sister Girl, when the black lady came behind her and took
Jeanette Bairdale, Jeanette, because I had to look her up because I was like, I don't know what I just watched. But
I'm so thankful.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, Sister Soldier.
No, it was too late.
No, I didn't care about the piece, but I was like, thank you for her, because that was all like she was amazing, and I want to hear more from her. But I was like, this piece was boring. I didn't care. Like, I was trying so hard, and I honestly, I was watching it, and I didn't even feel like looking. I forgot the name. All I wrote down was the Bob Dylan one didn't really do anything for me. The black lady was amazing, though.
And you know what?
That's not what you should be. That's all I had.
The first lady, the way she was singing, I wanted to connect.
I
with
was
her.
trying. Oh, I was like, come on. She could just.
Cause like you could hear the rasp in her voice and everything.
I said
and you knew I feel like if I saw the play,
push her along, help her out.
Yeah, maybe if I saw more of it.
Then that song and that specific part of the play, it seemed like it was really poignant to it. And I think that if I saw the whole thing, then maybe I would have more of a connection with it. But like just sing that song with
didn't mean anything to me. But I'm like, I know he's like an icon to people, and I'm not that. Bob Dylan's Bob Dylan. Like, I'm not one of those people that just like, oh, Bob Dylan, anything, but I'm great. I know some of his songs, yes. I get why he's an icon, I get all that. But for me to connect with that piece, I don't know enough about him for that piece to do anything for me.
It was boring boots.
Yeah.
I kind of
It was dry and boring.
And maybe I need to see the play. I won't see the play, but maybe I need to see the play. But
if it comes on somewhere streaming and I don't have to pay for it,
I kind of didn't need her to be singing. Like, even the way she was dressed, I was like, what is this?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a feeling if I saw the whole, so much more would make sense to me.
It would make sense.
But I was like, y'all just gave me this like 3-minute taste, and I'm like, I don't know what's in my mouth.
So, followers and viewers, if you see it, you can just write us and tell us, and we'll be good.
And summarize it, and I agree, Lynn. Back we can never not talk about Hugh. Hugh will never age in a negative way. I agree, Lynn. He will not. But about this Bob Dylan. Oh, and I tried. I was with you, Sean. I was like, okay, just give me a minute. Like, maybe it's starting slow.
Right. I kept
thinking, rev up. Something's going on. I was like, something's gonna happen. Something's about to happen.
Like you knew they were talking about something serious, and you knew like the way the first lady came out, you knew it was about something serious, and the the rasp and
I was like, something's gonna happen.
I want to get.
I said something about
behind it, but
But then it's like, then she like turned to the side with the mic, and I'm like, oh, she done turned to the side, she about to do something with the mic stand, and I was like, nope,
that mic
nothing
stand
still didn't occur with the mic stand.
Nah, boo, pass next. Let's go.
That's why I said the lady that came out at the end, I was like, she was amazing though. She was really great. She was amazing.
She took us to church. Church, and I needed some Jesus.
And then that was all I had for that piece, because I honestly did not remember the name of it, and I did not feel like going back and looking for it. I just knew it was about Bob Dylan.
And that's all we need to know.
And I'm like, I don't even say it's bad. It's probably great.
It just wasn't.
And the people that know about it probably thought that felt so much about that piece, but I'm like, I don't know anything about. I feel if I knew more about, I feel like how the piece with MJ did something for me because I know so much about MJ. Right. I don't know that much about Bob Dylan.
Right.
To be like, just getting a piece of something to be like, yeah, I get it, because I didn't.
The next part of the night was one of my favorite parts too, and that was the tribute to Stephen Sondheim. And Bernadette Peters did "Children Will Listen."
Bernadette.
Anyway.
And it was so funny because I heard the song and I was like, I know this song. And I Googled and I was like, of course I know this song. It's from Into the Woods.
And Bernadette Peters is, she's Miss Broadway for sure too.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But she did that song.
Oh, that was so, oh my
I
God.
love Bernadette Peters.
She got a beautiful voice.
To this day, she ain't no spring chicken either.
No, she's not.
She's Bernadette Peters. Bernadette Peters is Bernadette Peters.
If you don't want her voice, then you won't hire her. Because she's not gonna do anything else.
My favorite role of hers, and it's not her singing, but her and the Jerk with Steve
I know
Martin.
you was going to say
that's one of my favorite movies, period.
Well, I like her on Glee and Cinderella and the Jerk. Anything she's in, it's just her. And Annie, oh my, I love it. Oh
yes.
My gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Bernadette Peters and Annie
yes,
was everything.
She gonna hold you up. She gonna hold you up. But she did that so beautifully, that song. It was beautiful.
She did that. Especially that last few notes. I was just like, that was amazing.
The next category was Best Book, and Michael R. Jackson won that for A Strange Loop. And just his energy automatically made me say, I need to see this play.
His coat made me say I want to see the play. His coat was, I was like, yes, I need that coat. I need that coat. I need that coat in my life.
That pink coat could have walked up there by itself.
Really. Because I was like, because I had kind of looked away for a second. I looked back up. I said, wait, what's this?
When he was talking, I could see that I could see how the person who he picked to play, I guess him, was like he picked the person who was similar to him. He started talking.
Right.
I really want to see that.
That looked very good.
And I like that. He said that I wish people would grasp. He said he started that when he was 21, and he's in his 40s, 41. My age. And so
y'all say, you got
it. But so many times we as people I got a thought, I have an idea, I need to get this done right away. Some things are a process.
Yes, that took time.
It takes time to birth it. It took Debbie Allen 18 years to get Amistad done, and I just found that out last year. Some things, and she had, the mega people behind her, but some things, it's just entirely the process,
Same thing with Squid Game,
rewrite it. How many times did he have to lean in? How many times did his viewpoint, which he said changed because he changed, he evolved. It took the guy that I love him, the guy that did Rent, that took him 10 years to get Rent done. You know? So I want to encourage anyone who's listening to us that whatever God has given you, whether it's a book, whether it's a song, whether it's a musical or production, whether it's your business, to embrace the process and don't rush it, because rushing it really could abort the baby that you're trying to birth.
Right.
And take your time and let it be what it is. If you're, we're talking about musicals and the arts. If you feel like you have a musical in you, well, maybe your first thing is just to get a 5-minute piece on a stage, and then the next thing maybe 20 minutes. It just, whatever it is, but embrace that process and don't rush it. But that in itself was encouraging to me. I actually need to hear that myself. So actually the next performance was A Strange Loop, and that performance was it was interesting. I had to kind of be like, okay, there's a lot going on right here.
Because everybody kept talking about it, and I was not expecting that. Like, I was like, what?
But I'm gonna the young man who's the lead, the usher, you could feel he portrayed the character. You could feel the vulnerability, the innocence, the frustration, the fear. Let me tell you something, and this I tell dancers and actors all the time. Half of your job is in your face, is in your eyes, and his eyes acted they behind off. Like, he did that with his face, and that just made me so proud. And again, that's another one that I need to see, like, seriously.
His character seems so like the underdog character that you want to root for, that you want to see succeed. Right. You could feel like it. You could feel I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to succeed, and you can feel the frustration and not getting to where you want to get as fast as you want to get it, and wanting to be understood, and to feel all that in his character. And I really wanted to know more about not just the play, but just him, just that character. I want to know more about that character, where he came from, and how things ended up for him. I really wanted to know that. Yeah. And also the strange loop part. It was one of those people dressed in gray that said he was self-loathing. So I don't know if mental health plays a part in the loop, because you can have like the negative thoughts that are always running around in your head. And I didn't know if that's what those people were trying to represent, or were they just people in the world of plays and things like that.
I because what I heard them say was it's a play, it's a story about the usher writing a musical, who's writing a musical about himself, So
who's right? Yeah,
it was like a continuous loop. So mine was that truly was everything going on in his head, and that he had been living. But I loved it. And even the choreography, I loved, because everybody wasn't doing the same, even the same tempo, and, when I'm working with dancers and really telling them to be creative, is everything happens on the stage doesn't have to happen the same way, look the same way, happen the same timing. You have to know that music and really what is the story that you're trying to tell. And so I thought he did a good job just with that. So next, I know you all love this. The reunion of the original cast of Spring Awakening.
I did not.
You did. God, my life. I thought it was so beautiful. I really did. I want to see. They said the documentary's on HBO, and I just haven't had a chance.
I did want to see the documentary though.
Yeah, I do want to see that. I wouldn't say I didn't like it, and I'm not saying I loved it, because I don't, but I will, I know at some points I was like, am I going to be listening to this song? Because I was like, if they say somebody touched somebody somewhere one more darn time, everybody stop touching everybody. I was like, oh my God. I was not prepared.
You know what? I didn't realize how many well-known actors
that I didn't realize
were in the original cast till I saw that. Because I didn't even know that Leah was in it.
I didn't know she was in it.
I think she's what messed it up for me because she was the first one that they showed, and I was like, there she is.
And I want you to get past that.
I think that she just made me lose all interest because I didn't know about it before, and then like there was like, oh, Spring Awakening, but I was like, but there's Leah right there, you know. So I want to see the documentary because I want to know what all the hubbub was about. But Leah kind of seeing her
hearing that song, I kind of know what the hubbub probably was about.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
There was a lot of I have said I got what the hubbub was about. I didn't know the guy from Pitch Perfect was in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know I'm forgetting his name from Mindhunter and Hamilton.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I didn't know he was in it, which he's amazing in everything.
He's amazing.
He's amazing in everything.
Jonathan,
from Frozen, everything. Yeah. I cannot remember his name right now, but yeah, he's just amazing. But like she didn't mess it up for me because I don't care enough about her for her to mess it up for me. I would be interested in seeing because they're the revival. It's not like they're doing it now, so that they're just original cast. Right. So I do want to see the actual musical. Like I do want to see it. Like I do want to see whatever cast it is, as long as it's a good cast. I do want to actually see it because I've never seen it. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
I've seen it. It's good, but it's not for your Sunday school.
I got it. That's what I'm saying. If that's the song they picked to do on the Tonys, I got it.
And that was a taste.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tuned out because I was watching it and I'm like I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, one guy says. The one guy says,
like, "Oh yeah, it's like they was." I don't even know what they was talking about because I was. Just
one guy says, "Touch me something somewhere where the fig and twigs are," and I was like, oh! "Not the figs and twigs." The figs and twigs. And they was rubbing on themselves and rubbing on each other.
I was really tuned out.
I was not that tuned out. Because I was like, and they kept saying, touch me. And I was like, stop touching.
So let me say this. So
people that's the Spring Awakening. Awakening. Okay.
I am a fan of nostalgia in any form. And so I just thought seeing them come together and present it was very beautiful. And that's what I really...
That was.
Yeah.
Paradise Square.
Oh! Let it burn!
Girl!
Oh! I was not ready for it.
I was not. Well, let me say this.
Sister JK. I'm not going to try to say her name.
The first part, choreography, the dance scene was giving me news. That was giving me
they did that?
That was giving me Newsies vibes to
yeah.
And I'm a Newsies fan. Let's just say that. But when Homegirl took that stage,
I'm gonna call her JK because I keep messing her name up so bad. But yes,
she did that. At the last note she hit where she gave her all. I felt like
she pulled that from she got that note from her daddy in heaven who put it. He sent it to her mama. Her mama sent it to her son. Her son threw it to the TV at her, and she said thank you. And she ripped that thing up from her toenails and was like, yeah! And I was like, yes!
And then when she was done, that gaze, which that she held afterwards.
Oh, She was doing and she stayed in character. I said she was in character.
She was Nelly.
She stayed. She was Nelly.
She is not from here. Okay, the breast control that she had, I thought the note she held for like 10 years at the end, and then after she was done with that note, she went to a whole nother note.
Yes,
whole nother note. Because I thought, she done.
When she get done with this one, I know she was going to get a standing ovation, but she held that note for 5,000 years.
Yes.
When she was done with that note, she went to something else, something totally different, and she held that, and it was strong.
Yes.
And on top of that,
she
was crying.
Yes.
She was crying and still had all that control, all that power, all that breath control, can hold those notes. She wasn't snapping, cracking, popping.
Some people,
none of that.
No.
She's a professional, and I love.
And again, and she stayed, and she didn't break character at the end.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That day
and
she held at the end.
She like at the end, when she was done, she didn't break character. She bowed. She stayed Nelly till she bowed. When she ended all that, she was Nelly.
Down. Everybody was on it.
Yes, and I'm like, nobody else got a standing ovation that night. She got one, and she deserved it.
She deserved them. She deserved 10 of them.
Thank you.
And the other people in it, the choreography and you could feel everything was. She was good, and she was like the whole performance was, every single person did their part.
Mm-hmm.
That was just
you can feel it.
I have to see that.
Scared, I swear. Yes.
No,
I have to see it, I swear.
No, I have to. That just ain't nothing else to say.
Yep.
It's really not.
She did that.
She absolutely did that.
She made me want, and see, that's even what I was talking about with the Bob Dylan.
Sing and cry.
No,
right.
That's even what I was saying about the Bob Dylan musical. Like that number, I was like, I have to see this musical. Like when that number was over, I was like, I have to see what this is about. Cause if this is just a piece from it, I got to see what the rest of this is about.
Yeah.
The next special piece was the In Memoriam, which they do every single year. There was a lot of people that we lost this year, like more than I realized.
I don't know. I'm like, did I forget? I was like, I did not remember William Hurt passed.
Yeah, I forgot till they put it up there, but then I was like, oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And a good deal of them actually died from COVID, honestly. Yeah. But again, Billy Porter,
he made me emotional about people I didn't know.
Okay.
I was like, I don't even know most of these people they showing, and I'm over here sad.
Not that Billy can sing that he doesn't do amazing.
No.
But he does that type of music so well. He's another one that has incredible control and just knows, but he knows his artistry, he knows his voice, and that was beautiful. I really didn't have any words. It just was so beautiful. He did that piece justice. So we lost one of our hosts.
He'll be back. Yes.
So the next performance of the night for Best Musical was Six, the musical. Now I heard a lot about Six, but I didn't expect to see what I saw. I always knew like it was about the 6 ex-wives and all that, but I was like, okay, they're a pop singing group. I wasn't prepared for what I saw, but I was impressed with it. I thought it was really good. And
I definitely want to see it.
Really performed and really sang. I was really, really impressed with it. So that was, again, on my list of things that I definitely want to see. I loved the wardrobe. All of it, their staging. I was just like, okay, because I kept when I heard about it, I was just thinking, that's not a musical I think I want to see prior to that. But once I saw
it, it was like, oh, well, maybe it is. And I was even impressed by the one that they said got pulled in 12 hours before.
Okay.
I was like, that's 12 hours. Like, they was like, come on, sis, let's go. Because I would not have known that. I would not have known.
Right. Not at all. But that's how, in the theater, you better be ready.
Yes.
Yep. And then final for the night, for the best musical, A Strange Loop won. And honestly, when they named all of the nominees in that category, I honestly thought Company was going to win, to be honest.
Me too. I was surprised. I was surprised in a good way that Strange Loop won.
I was shook, but I was shook in a good way.
Yeah, like I wasn't like, oh, okay. Like I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay.
Just for Black people alone, I was proud anytime, we lead something and do something. But I didn't think they was gonna win, and that made me so happy. Because when they first named everybody, I was like, Company.
Yeah, like I just knew. I was like, Company is like, if Take Me Out wasn't winning, some Company was. So I was like, it's gonna be Company. But
I was very proud. Some of the other categories that wasn't announced, but I thought were great, was 6-1 for original score. So
okay.
Over Paradise Square, Strange Loop, and Mr. Saturday Night. That means 6 must have some amazing music.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And they also won for costume design of a musical too. 6
Oh,
did.
now I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
I can definitely see.
yeah. And sound design of a musical was MJ, and choreography, MJ won.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which that wasn't shocking for MJ. But I will tell you that the girl from North Country won for best orchestrations.
Okay, that's the thing. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad.
It's just not our.
Yeah, I can see why it would win awards.
Right.
I just wasn't feeling it.
Just don't bring it over here.
No. Don't. No.
Chantilly, are you back with us?
Yeah, I had to come back in the house. My battery died, so.
Oh, because I can't see your video.
No.
I can't see it either.
So,
you can just have your picture up if your video is having issues.
Yeah. This is our first episode. We'll get it together.
So you can turn your video off so it's not just a black box. So they can see your face.
Okay.
So before you came back in, one of the things that I said was...
Oh, there it is.
There she is. 6-1 for costume design of a musical. Did you like...
Oh, 6.
6? Did you like 6 performance?
I wanted to see the whole, just like I wanted to see the whole play. I think that if I would have saw the whole play, I would have liked it more. But I understand that some people had to. It was some understudies in there,
Yeah.
and they had to learn it in 12 hours. So I think that it was really good. But I think I would have been more just if I would have saw the whole play. But I like the girl power energy from it.
Right.
Yeah, it was just one replacement. I can't remember her name, the white lady.
Well, I was watching with Jonathan, and he kept on saying, "Is this a Spice Girl?"
No. But yeah, no. Melanie was the one that they replaced.
Yeah.
That was the only one that she not replaced, but Melanie is the dance captain, and she had to step in 12 hours. But everybody else is the original cast.
Uh-huh.
She was the only one.
I think I would have. I think that I would have. I think that they had a whole. I think they had a whole thing that they were working on, and I would have been able to get into it more if I saw the whole thing. But I it was cute. But I know I would have liked it more if I saw the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
Chantilly wasn't on when you said who won for best orchestration.
Oh, best orchestration was a girl from North Country.
Oh, okay. Best orchestration. Okay.
Oh, that's how you just. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I like to say it's okay because I didn't really pay attention to the orchestration because I was focused on the performer. So okay.
Yeah.
And we did not see the whole musical, so there probably are some amazing pieces that we didn't hear.
The music, the music I did hear because I was less zoned out than some people, but the music I did hear, the music was good, so I can see why. When I'm saying the music, I'm saying like I can see why it would have won that.
But they won over Company, 6, MJ, and A Strange Loop.
Well, I just said I can see why it would. I didn't say it should.
But for choreography, MJ won.
Of course, yeah. Now if they had a one for choreography, now it'd been like riots in the streets.
I would have came back down and been like, excuse me.
No.
6, the musical won for costume design of a musical, and 6 also won for original score for a musical. And of course, I think you were gone when I said the best musical overall was A Strange Loop.
Okay.
So I think it was a really great show overall, and it made me proud. It made me proud to be a part of the arts community, the theater community, and I definitely have some pieces shows that I want to see and see soon.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I'll just take people's word on it.
Just say, you said it's good.
Like a country girl. A country girl from
somewhere. There should be some woman somewhere.
So we went a little bit longer than we intended to, but this is really how it is when we just sit and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to thank you all for tuning in with us and beginning the journey for the Elijah Sisters show. And we are excited for all that comes from us. We will be streaming live every Friday at 7 p.m. And then you can also catch the cleaner, prettier, edited version on our channel every Monday. But we look forward to everyone getting to know us. Some people know one of us or two of us, but it's been a long time since people have gotten to be a part of just joining all three of us and knowing all three of us and our dynamic. Again, like I said, all of our topics will change from week to week, and next week it will be a little bit more serious, but I think anytime we talk, even serious topics, we tend to find a way to laugh because why not laugh? Laughter is wonderful. But I believe that you're going to enjoy our conversation for next week, and soon that we're going to begin to introduce special guests. And I tell you what, do us a favor, go to our Facebook page, which is the Elijah Sisters Show, and leave us a message and tell us what you would like to see us talk about. It could be any topic, whether that's beauty, motherhood, relationships, ministry, entrepreneurialism, anything that you think you'd like to hear us talk about. We're all about it, and we're just going to keep doing it and enjoying this. So thank you all so much for being with us. I'm Leah.
I'm Shani.
And I'm Angelique.
I'm so done. Thank you all. Good night.